how's it going? This is Canapanda with an Udyr guide for you. I have two different jungle routes that I choose. One is the first one we'll see here. I always start with, on this one I always start with Vampiric Scepter, and make sure you always cast Tiger Stance in the spawning pool because you'll get a free auto attack from the activation of Tiger Stance on your first auto attack to minion. Free mana right there. So I wait in the bushes. This is obviously a practice game, but this is where I wait in the bushes. Make sure no one comes to gank me. Typically people think you're going to blue, but I don't like going to blue because people do try to kill you at blue. So, start off with Big Wolf, attack it, and wait 2 seconds for Tiger Stance the activation to go away. Then you cast it again. Made a mistake here. Probably should attack the second one first, because I wasted damage from Tiger Stance activation. Head over to Wraiths. It's very important as you get in range of Wraiths, so you mouse over where the big Wraith is, so you can instantly smite it. I have Smart Cast turned on, so it dies instantly. And attack the first one, and you can kill the first one almost before the third one gets to you. These die pretty quickly. I wouldn't waste Tiger Stance activations on them too much. Jungling Udyr is all about knowing when to activate your stances, and also keeping your passive up during certain fights, such as the longer ones, like this one right now. Since I am going to end jungle here, I'm going to blow all my mana, killing these 2 golems, trying to keep myself alive. Once I kill this golem, I'm going to go back and buy cloth armor, and wait for full health, and also activate my Tiger Stance again so that I can get a free activation next time I attack a minion. I don't buy any health potions, however you can buy one, and if you do buy one it'll top you up after red, but if you don't buy one you'll only be down like a bar and a half, so it's fine. The only thing I do not like about this jungling route is that it does take really a long time. You hit level 5 and you finish your jungle about 5:50 to 6 minutes. And also, you don't have boots. Make sure you do smite the blue buff as you walk in, because then it will be ready. The smite will be ready for wraiths again. Very important there. Keeping up my passive the entire fight. Not switching to Tiger Stance, trying to get a little health. Basically I do the same route again, except for at the end of this route I'm going to finish with red buff. And then gank. So wolves. Keep my passive buff up. One thing you should really watch out for in jungle is not activating your Tiger Stance on a minion that's about to die, or will die within 3 seconds if you continue to auto-attack it. Either activate it if you know it'll die just from the activation of Tiger Stance, because it is a dot, it's a 2-second dot, and attack the minion once and then attack another minion, or activate it and attack the minion that's higher health next to the one. So like attack one of these wraiths, like that. Gonna kill small golems one more time. This route's the best route for XP of any type of jungle, because it's sustainable. Another good thing about this route is that since you start with Vampiric Scepter, you don't waste your money on 3 to 5 health potions. As well as you have the ability to go 1, 8, 21, which utility is probably the best mastery tree of any of all 3, so it helps you a lot later game. And plus you always have smite up. See how smite just came up? So what I did this jungle is I smited. The first smite I did was in Wraiths. Second I did was when I came back to blue, I smited that right as I walked in. Third smite was on Wraiths, and then you kill the small golems, and the fourth smite is on red buff. That's 20 gold right there just from 4 smites. Alright, here's the second jungle that I do. This is a little different masteries. I go 15-0-15. You could go 15-3 or 12-3-16 if you wanted to. It really is up to you. For both the jungle routes, I do the same runes, which are attack speed reds, armor, flat armor yellows, flat magic resist blues, armor pin quintessences. Remember to always activate Tiger Stance anytime you're in spawning pool. You should either have Tiger or Bear Stance activated if you leave spawning pool. For this route, I wait in this bush over here, because that's most likely where ganks come from. And if one person does happen to walk towards you, don't back off. Your first attack will do a ridiculous amount of damage to them, and it'll scare them. And if they decide to stay around again for more than 2 seconds, you can activate Tiger Stance again. And they'll probably be at around half health to 1/4. Easy first blood, especially if your teammates can help you. For the first jungle, I start running south to the minions right when minions spawn, as well as this one. So at 1:30, because the jungle minions spawn at 1:40, and red and blue buff spawn at 1:54. Smite instantly, auto attack, wait 2 seconds, then activate again and attack the other one. Make sure you use health potions. I started doing 3 with this route, but for some reason I started using 4. 3 hasn't been sufficient. Activate Turtle Stance right before the Wraith dies, and just stay in Turtle Stance to get mana and health back while you kill these little ones. This route is quite a bit faster. Instead of ganking at about 6 minutes, you gank at about 4:40. And also, it's really nice because instead of having Vampiric Scepter and Cloth Armor, you have a Cloth Armor and Boots when you go to gank, so you get a little more speed. The Vampiric Scepter is not as amazing for ganking because that little bit of lifesteal is not going to save your life. Again, activate Turtle Stance before it dies, just get a few more hits. A good way to know if you need 3 or 4 health potions, if you need to activate health potion on this one, well, you activated 1 on the 2 golems, 1 on the wraith, and 1 here. But if you finish these wolves and you have about as much health as you see right now, or a little less, you should be fine to kill blue buff without activating a third mana potion. Make sure in the blue buff to watch your passive and to use your skills so that your passive stays up the entire fight, or at least until blue buffs dies. You can usually get 1 more activation in before these guys die. Say you attack the other one and watch him die. Fast blue buff. Gonna go back. I still have 1 mana potion left. Not gonna buy any more. Buy boots. Activate Tiger Stance in spawning pool. Always, always, always. And head straight for red buff. Gonna ignore all of the jungle minions because with this route, the idea is to get ganks off as fast as possible, which is nice. But the other route is nice because even though you're not ganking as fast as possible, people expect you to gank around 4:40 to 5 minutes, and if you don't, they'll kind of forget about you a little bit. So when you start to gank at 6 minutes, they'll be pushed out a little farther, hopefully, and you'll get an easier gank. Make sure to keep your passive buff active during this fight. Pop your health potion. The reason I attacked the small minion is because the big minion was low enough to be smited. So I just didn't want to waste any more damage on it. And you're good for a gank. Another nice thing to know about Udyr before ganking if you're in a bush is cast Turtle Stance. It'll give you shield and also activate your passive. And then cast Bear Stance and run out. Now you have 2 seconds your passive and shield on you as you run out to stun. Alright, well, thanks for watching, and enjoy my guide.